Okay, I'll just talk loud anyway, but my name's
Lovely.
Alex,
Hi,
and I wanted to know who your mentor was and how often you went to your mentor, what advice that really resonated with you.
I had multiple mentors, I think, and I sort of I think adopted them at various times in my life, and really keep in touch with a lot of them. I tried not to lean on anyone too heavily, but it just seemed like wherever I went, when I was in high school, there was a man named Lou Ramirez, who actually was the one who led me to USC. When I came here, it was probably there were probably three: Tom O'Melia, a man named Tony Lazzaro, who was in business affairs here at USC, and Warren Bennis, who I still keep in touch with all three of them. I think when I graduated, my first boss, who ended up firing me, was a mentor, and I still talk to him today. He's a great guy. His name's Al Ehringer. And then when I went to Cherokee, I had a few different mentors there, but Bobby Margolis and the guy I worked for, Jay Kester, another guy named Barry Lublin. I learned a lot from all three of those. So really, I think, the thing is, everywhere you go, there's just people that you can learn from all the time. And you guys are, you've been on a learning path for a long time as students, and in some ways, you think, oh God, I just can't wait to graduate and get out. But the learning really never stops. Once you get programmed, it's really, what drives you and what stimulates you. I mean, next week I'll go to Harvard University, and I'm doing an executive MBA class where I've been reading cases about this thick of a notebook full of cases, and I'll be in class like you guys are, all week from 7 in the morning till 6 at night, and in study groups till midnight, and love that. I go to the TED conference every year. So I think it's just always reading, always learning, always meeting people and learning from them too. And learning from each other. When I was say earlier, when Kayla, my daughter, was looking at USC, I had never been to the Notre Dame USC game at Notre Dame, and so I took her and we went. And we were standing in line waiting for the bus, and there was a student we were talking to who was a junior, and he introduced himself to us. And I said Kayla was looking at USC, and he said, I want you to know I got accepted to Stanford, to Harvard, and to USC. And I was kind of surprised, like, whoa, that's pretty impressive, and you went to USC. And he's like, yeah, I went to Harvard, I went to Stanford, I looked at all three campuses. He said, when I was at Harvard and Stanford, I felt like it was the kind of environment where if someone was successful, everybody else was not happy about it, and that everyone was just so out for themselves. And when I came to USC, the environment was that it was a team, and everybody was happy for each other, everyone was helping each other, everybody wanted each other to succeed. And that's really a very unique culture, I think, that we have at USC. It's one of the reasons why this Trojan family concept is so real, and why Trojans always look out for each other. There's just a camaraderie, there's a spirit, and even though I think the makeup of students has changed, obviously, you guys are 10 times smarter than me and my peers were when we were here. We wouldn't have gotten in today. But I think we share that common thread of that spirit, that camaraderie, that passion for the place, and that willingness to help each other and realize that none of us gets anywhere by ourselves. So this place is really magic because there's so many ways to get involved. There's so many ways to develop leadership skills. There's so many ways to make contacts, and you take all that with you.